slow-living art and cultural heritage from kitchen. Amidst brilliant era of industrial hypermarkets and hurried life pace, right at administrative center of European Union, why millions of citizens at Kingdom of Belgium still patiently confine in narrow kitchen to manually knead each wheat dough block? Is action waiting for sweet cakes baking in thermal oven, hiding a silent cultural revolution to protect sacred family identity against globalization wave? Does fragrant aroma of dairy butter and caramel sugar layer truly possess power, connecting generations and fighting against fierce erosion of capitalist life pace, exceeding boundary of basic nutritional supply need? Home baking art of Belgian people officially reached level becoming extremely excellent sociological symbol of slow lifestyle at a nation possessing globally renowned dessert culinary foundation with crispy waffle cakes or cinnamon flavored speculoos biscuits, manually weighing and measuring each ingredient became sacred ritual to protect internal peace instead of entrusting health and taste to giant fast food chains. Housewives and intellectual workers in Belgium found absolute balance when directly participating into process creating artworks from wheat flour and dairy butter to fully decode this sociological phenomenon imbued with cultural color. In-depth analytical content of the journey will be divided into 3 extremely clear core parts. Part 1 proceeds peeling back historical values, understanding how royal cuisine ingrained into subconsciousness and created wheat dough kneading habit of each household. Part 2 focuses portraying cultural power of scent, proving baking is dynamic meditation method, helping completely wash away all stresses of 21st century. Part 3 brings profound perspective about generational connection thread, where heat radiating kitchen becomes greatest space to transmit sacred family emotional heritages before officially stepping into space overflowing with cultural fragrance of Western European Kingdom. Pressing subscribe channel button right now will open wonderful knowledge door to accompany highest quality in-depth analytical series. Part 1 historical identity and culinary heritage in every Belgian family journey, exploring roots of home dough kneading, forced to turn back time, touching golden historical pages of European cuisine, located at crossroads of great civilizations. Kingdom of Belgium, early absorbed and refined baking art from countless neighboring nations to create completely independent cultural identity. According to records from culinary history research organizations of Flanders region, habit baking speculoos biscuits, heavy with cinnamon and nutmeg scent, originally rooted from sacred religious rituals and traditional winter festivals from many previous centuries. Instead of letting these esoteric recipes fade along devastation of time, native families turned weighing wheat flour and dairy butter into cultural transmission ritual between generations. Heavy cast iron baking molds or yellowed recipe note pages carefully kept inside kitchen drawers, considered priceless property blocks, unquantifiable by money, different from fast consumption mindset of industrial society, spending hours to incubate A puffed dough block is exactly how Belgian people express absolute respect towards labor strength and purity of natural raw materials. This great appreciation, also portrayed extremely authentically through tactile experiences, in an era where human hands only used to gliding on soulless phone, glass surfaces, or tapping on cold mechanical keyboards. Action burying bare fingers deep inside cold dough block brings amazingly primal connection, strong pressing force from wrists, bouncing down wooden table surface, continuous kneading rhythm, and physical resistance of sticky dough block actually is extremely perfect. Mechanical stress relief mechanism. This seemingly extremely tiring manual labor process forces brains floating amidst digital data clouds to immediately land, to anchor tightly into material reality, transforming entire negative energy from workplace into vitality source, nourishing family action, putting baking tray into high temperature oven, not merely creating sweet dessert, but actually process recreating entire quintessence of long-standing civilization, meticulousness in every wheat dough kneading stage, trained humans, a great patience virtue, contributing to create solid fortress wall to fight against invisible pressures of hurried urban life pace, kitchen smoke, and radiating scent from baked cake batches, exactly invisible, but extremely durable, connecting thread, keeping family foundation, always standing firm against all fierce fluctuations of outside world, facing strong expansion of industrial food corporations with tens of thousands prepackaged products, is maintaining home baking habit, sharpest weapon to protect cultural identity of a nation, sharing in-depth analytical perspectives at comment section will together complete panoramic picture about heritage conservation, art, philosophy, greatest heritage of a civilization not locked inside cold museums, but always lit up and radiating sweet fragrance from inside oven of every family kitchen. Part 2: Dynamic meditation and healing power of natural scent, stepping into psychological lens, action, manually kneading wheat dough blocks inside silent space of the kitchen brings healing power extremely amazingly, according to in-depth studies about human behavioral therapy. Process weighing and measuring ingredients meticulously requires high concentration, thereby creating dynamic meditation state, helping mind temporarily disconnect with chaotic information flows of outside world, directly feeling softness of dough block by bare hands, and repeating regular kneading operations plays role as mechanism releasing negative energy pent up during stressful working hours. Furthermore, physical transformation of ingredients under impact of oven temperature will release characteristic scent complex of dairy butter, vanilla, and caramel sugar. This fragrant scent operates like universal master key, directly unlocking happy memory areas inside brain and stimulating body to produce anxiety-reducing hormones completely naturally. This silent resistance also pushed to greater philosophical height through waiting art in economic system where all processes can be accelerated by financial power or automation technology. Growth of yeast and thermodynamic transformation inside oven are absolute. Physical limits. Unable to be manipulated. Intellectual workers. Forced to learn. Submission before. Eternal laws. Of nature. No command. Or expensive contract. Can force. Dough block puffing faster. Than its inherent. Biological process. Complete stripping. Of this. Controlling aspiration. Forces brain. To accept. Temporary letting go state. Giving way to. Original tranquility. Facing hurried life pace. And fierce. Competitive pressure. Of technology era. Patiently waiting. A golden baked batch. Is exactly. Strongest resistance. Against disease. Craving instant results. Of modern society. To continuously accompany. And spread. Erudite values. Of this knowledge. Discovery journey. Leaving alike. Along with. Subscribe channel mark. Will add. Priceless motivation source. To create. Multidimensional. Academic community. Fervent support. From intellectual circles. Will become. Guiding lighthouse. For cultural. Analytical projects. Bearing international stature. In future. Amidst countless. Expensive stress relief methods. Of technology era. Is returning to kitchen. To manually bake. A sweet cake batch. Safest and most sustainable. Psychological therapy. For humans? Leave profound analysis. At comment section. To together expand. Perspective about. Slow living art. Philosophy. Greatest peace. Of mind. Does not lie in. Ability controlling pace. Of whole world. But shaped through. Patiently waiting. Wheat dough block. Slowly puffing up. Under heat. Of the flame. Part 3. Generational connection thread. And educational space. From the kitchen. Shifting analytical lens. To deepest. Sociological aspect. Physical space of. Heat radiating kitchens. At Kingdom of Belgium. Is playing role. As extremely great. Personality educational environment. Far exceeding limits. Of normal. Housework chores. Action guiding. Future generations. How to knead. Wheat dough blocks. Is exactly most sustainable. Love transmission method. Of predecessors. When grandparent generation. Carefully holds hands. Of children. To weigh each. Small sugar amount. Or sprinkle. Cinnamon powder layers. Onto cake surface. All lessons about. Meticulousness and appreciation. For labor results. Are deeply engraved. Into minds of. Future citizens. Completely different from. Dry digital. Educational platforms. Of modern technology era. Family kitchen creates. Extremely warm. Physical interactive space. Overflowing with. Sacred connection. In an era. Where all personal data. Encoded and stored. On invisible computing clouds. Easily erased. By just one click. Yellowed stains. Of dairy butter. Or dried wheat flour streaks. Left on recipe notebook. Carry huge. Heritage weight. Baking recipes. Manually recorded. On paper pages. From decades ago. Not only contain. Culinary secrets. But also are. Priceless spiritual wills. Carrying warmth. Of ancestors. Conserving these. Handwritten lines. Is exactly how. Intellectual circles. And workers in Belgium. Preserve cultural roots. Of their lineages. Against cruel erosion. Of time. Gathering around. Dining table. To together enjoy. Hot baked batches. Fresh from oven. Created extremely durable. Miniature social structure. Right at this space. Overflowing with. Dairy butter flavor. All generational rifts. or viewpoint disagreements completely dissolved under power of highly humane culinary culture, proving a truth that family affection always is most solid fulcrum of humanity amidst explosion of smart technology devices and online video games is bringing young generations back to traditional kitchen to learn dough kneading, universal master key to restore family connection, share in-depth analytical perspectives at comment section to together reshape core values of family affection, philosophy, greatest educational heritage, not written in ink on dry textbooks, but kneaded by love through each wheat dough block, radiating sweet fragrance amidst family space. Outro, conclusion and manifesto about slow living art, closing entire journey, decoding culinary art at Kingdom of Belgium, panoramic picture about wheat dough kneading habit, exposed extremely profound truth about slow lifestyle, action manually weighing and measuring each ingredient inside narrow kitchen space. Absolutely not a time waste, but exactly strong manifesto against cruel spin of industrial era, ancient Western European nation, proved to entire humanity that conserving traditional flavor of sweet cakes is exactly optimal method to heal the mind and mend all rifts of family structure. Combination between soulless wheat flour and brilliant heat of the flame actually is great alchemy of the soul, while outside world continuously measures success by huge property blocks or power advancement inside silent space of the kitchen. Ultimate wealth is measured by patient waiting moments for yeast growth. That is a luxury in terms of time that no automation line can copy or replace. Journey kneading dough block is exactly journey. Humanity self needs its own ego, polishing rough edges of envy and ambition to return to most primal core of peace, facing huge pressure of digital technology era and domination of fast food corporations, seeking a silence to wait for flame. Baking dough block is becoming extremely urgent survival need for any modern citizen. Returning to kitchen is exactly greatest awakening to remind humans about original values forgotten amidst hurried flow of livelihood career to continuously update and accompany global macro-level knowledge discovery journeys. Pressing subscribe channel button right now is extremely valuable decision. Leaving a like and sharing this in-depth analytical content to elite community builds multidimensional academic space and provides huge motivation source maintaining unceasing research flame after fully contemplating great healing power from traditional baking art. Is each individual ready to create for oneself a silent space inside the kitchen to wash away invisible pressures of modern life, yet leaving sharpest thought lines at comment section will perfectly close this brilliant knowledge journey. Philosophy, human life only truly reaches highest freedom realm when knowing how to shed hastiness of the era to patiently nurture peace from own kneading hands.